Yes, you
I
are
think we
live.
are.
You are live.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. This is our first ever workshop Wednesday. Megan and I thought it would be a really good idea on Wednesdays to just take you guys to whatever I'm doing. I could be doing a number of things today. I'm going to be cleaning out Bessie, and then I have a whole bunch of glass vessels that I need to wick. So I'm all the way over here. Megan's controlling everything, so that's why she's here. She's helping. She's going to read the comments to me
Yes.
and just kind of keep things flowing. But also, guys, huge disclaimer. There are no filters. This is real life. I have a senior dog. She may want to go out. She may bark. We get deliveries. Who knows what's going to happen? But just be cool. This is not glamorized by any means whatsoever. This is just life as Megan as a mom and all that, and then this is just my life. So
My
anyway,
kids
I'm
are here.
I'm
My
just gonna
dog's
get
here.
started.
She
Yeah,
left.
you talk, Megan. I'm just gonna get started here.
Charity is here and David is here, and they
Well,
both
hi
said
guys.
hello.
My friend Jennifer just FaceTimed me like 5 minutes ago. She's currently at Disney World and she was on the Skyliner and asked if I wanted to ride the Skyliner with her. So Jen, if you're watching, next time, pretty please. That's anytime you want to do that, you call me right back.
That was so fun of her to do that. Like,
Yeah, I was like, your timing could not be worse.
come to Disney for 10 minutes real quick with me.
I know, exactly. It's such a sweet thought though, so I appreciate that immensely, Jennifer.
Zachary's here. He says
Hey,
happy
Zach.
Wednesday.
He posted in the Inner Sanctuary group. He's liking that blueberry lemon crumble candle.
It sounds amazing. Like,
It's
who wouldn't want
so
that?
good. It's so good.
You guys, for anyone who's just joining us, it is just a workshop Wednesday. And Nicole currently is cleaning out Bessie. Bessie is her, how do you describe who Bessie is?
So Bessie is our wax melter, and you'll see in a minute after I get done cleaning her out. She's about probably 18 inches in diameter and then about like a foot deep. She'll hold about 35 pounds of wax.
Oh, that's a lot.
And she basically heats up kind of like a water heater. There's different types of wax melters and we can get all technical, but this is called a water jacketed wax melter. And it's better because the heating elements aren't directly on the opposite side of the metal. There's actually an inch layer of water all the way around it. That's sealed, of course. Like obviously, wax and water don't mix well, but the water is what heats up, and then it melts the wax, and so it avoids inconsistencies in the temperature. It's very much like this is literally just like a hot water heater heating element that goes in the base, and there's a 1 inch thick barrier of water above and about 4 inches of water below. The water heats up, melts, and then the melted wax comes out of the spigot into my crock
Wow.
pot. So
I
yeah,
didn't know any of that. I am learning with you guys.
very cool.
It's super cool. Mary's here.
Hey, Mary.
Mary, she says happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. She's had a busy weekend. Her sister's wedding and everything.
Oh my gosh,
Congrats
your
to
sister
her
got me
family.
this weekend, Mary. Oh, there's my dog. There you go. Real life.
Real life, guys. No judgment. We got cool friends. Nobody would judge us. I don't know how well you could tell, but the wax residue really is dirty.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but it's actually there is dirt and grime. I got to get out of here before I reload it. So
how often do you have to clean her out?
So in the winter, it's weird. This is one of those things you wouldn't think about, but the climate has a lot to do with it. And
okay.
In the winter time, I don't have as many issues as I do as the humidity in the spring pops up. The humidity causes a lot of condensation.
Oh, okay.
And so it just picks up dirt. And then also just by the nature of, it's basically one giant 50-pound bag that's put into a cardboard box and shipped to me. And so just the process of packing and shipping, there's, cardboard flecks and just stuff that settles on the bottom of the tank.
Oh yeah, that makes
So, yeah, so I try to do it every time I refill her just so that it doesn't build up and get gross.
Oh, that's smart.
But honestly, like life being life, sometimes I don't get to do it that often. If I'm like in a real rush with a bunch of things to do and I'm just slammed, I'll skip cleaning it. I'll just make sure I do a good deep clean in a downtime kind of situation.
Yeah.
I know we're getting to really ramp up, so I did it just a couple days ago when I refilled her, but I thought I'm gonna do it again just because I've noticed it's been a little grimy lately, which makes sense because of all the extra humidity and stuff.
So let's say you lived in like you lived in a house that didn't have AC. I know that would be crazy. But how would that affect her and the candle process? I would assume it would if you didn't have AC in the summer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Humidity is the thing that we fight with the most as candle makers.
Okay.
Um, and it's beyond just the wax melting, but also like when you pour the wax, if it's a really, because like here's the thing, like we just had a whole bunch of storms come through this morning. So
Hmm.
it's been really it's very humid out. So if I were to be pouring right now, the tops of my candles would be really uneven because of the humidity in the air kind of attacking the wax,
With
if you
it.
will. So yeah, it's humidity is just a whole thing. You have to change the ratio of wax to fragrance. You have to change the temperature that you do things. I tend to have my wax hotter
Hmm.
in the summer months so that it kind of burns off some of that excess moisture. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
There's a whole science to it.
There is, yep. Trial and error too. That's a big part of it, and that's the expensive part.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. I'm gonna read a couple comments.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Zach was just leaving a comment about the blueberry lemon candle. It actually smells like you have a blueberry lemon cake baking in the room. Great scent. So he loves it.
Oh,
That would make me want to eat everything.
it does. Those bakery scents kill me.
And then Mary said her sister had a Friday the 13th wedding. What a
Yes.
dream! That is so
Congrats
cool.
to her.
Mary, please send me some photos so I can see and live through your sister.
I know, I'm dying to get some too.
I bet it was awesome.
It had to have been.
And Mary said I'm so glad you said this, Mary, because I wanted to talk about this scent. She says, I'm really enjoying my Harry Hassan snow cone scent. It is literally my new favorite scent as well. Like
Wow.
I like, it was so, when I first smelled it, it was so different, so unique. I was like, what is this? Do I love this? And I just kept like smelling it. And so I recently changed out the wax melter and I put in 4 cubes because I'm like, I want this to just flood the upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
And then my husband, who doesn't really comment on scents, he will sometimes, but he doesn't. He was like, "What is in the wax melter?" And I'm like, "Why? Do you not like it?" And he's like, "No, I'm kind of obsessed with it." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Oh, good."
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It's definitely a family favorite, and it's so good for just if you want something refreshing and bright. I cannot recommend that one enough, you guys.
Okay, well that's cool. That's really great feedback on that one.
Mary says, "Oh my god, it's so good." Yes, yeah. I think once you try it, you're like, "Oh, I'm hooked on this."
That's fantastic. I love it. So I got all of the wax bits out, and now I'm just wiping it out with 91% alcohol
Oh, okay.
to get like all the grime. And you again don't want to use water. I always do that.
What'd you do?
Just got a face, mouth, lungs full of rubbing alcohol fumes.
Oh, that'll clear out your sinuses.
I know. I do that to myself every time. You'd think I would have learned by now.
Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't.
So gross. I'm sorry, you guys. I should have known.
Again, it's real life.
That's right.
Nobody
Yep.
wants to see anyone's perfect life, anyways. We don't got time for that.
No, nobody's got time for that. Okay. So all the main residue is out. I'm just gonna grab. So one of the last things I do is I have a chopstick with like a pretty decent point on it.
Mm-hmm.
So to get down into the nooks and crannies, I will I'll saturate a paper towel with rubbing alcohol, and then I use the chopstick around the edges to get all
Oh,
the
okay.
grime out. Because it looks like it's, I mean, it looks like you could eat off of this thing, but there's stuff hiding.
Is this just like a chopstick you could get at like your local Asian restaurant
Oh yeah,
or something? Okay, I didn't know
I
if
think
like
it's from Panda.
okay, it was something specific to clean wax melters.
Yeah, no, not at all. This is just ingenuity of a business owner grabbing what's around.
Do you think now is a good time for you to share why you call her Bessie?
Oh, yeah. Does anyone know why I call her Bessie? Why the black smelter has a name? Does anyone want to guess?
Uh-oh, another whiff of alcohol, you guys. You guys, if you want to guess,
I'm
you
sorry.
can while Nicole works through the alcohol fumes. She might need a water break.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I know the story of why you call Bessie, but I honestly can't remember it.
That's okay. So I'll spoil it. My favorite Disney movie is actually a Pixar movie called Cars. And I like it because, number one, I've always been a tomboy. And at the time when Cars came out, I'm looking for my water. At the time when Cars came out, I was big into like NASCAR and Formula One and just anything dealing with car stuff. And so obviously the idea of a race car just right there piqued my interest. But then the storyline, like when you go and watch the movie, you have Sally who's in Radiator Springs. Well, I grew up in Southern California, hustle and bustle.
Mm-hmm.
Going from there to here was very much like McQueen, a little bit of a culture shock, you know?
Yep.
So when I watched the movie, you know, he has to repave the road, and the giant thing that melts all the tar is a car named Bessie. And
Oh.
she's splattering all of this hot tar all over Lightning McQueen's like pristine paint job, and he's getting mad about it. So when I got Bessie, I was like, this is my Bessie, you know?
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, for the longest time it said Bessie, but then I was like, I want to change the font on the labels. I want to get like big googly eyes. I'm obsessed with like googly eyes on inanimate objects, you know?
Yes.
So yeah, but the only downside is like all of this gets really hot when it's turned on.
Oh, so
So
it
like
melts
everything
off the
comes off.
lettering?
Yeah, everything comes just turns into a whole thing. But anyway, she is all nice and clean, ready to be reloaded with wax now.
I'm going to read a few comments.
Yeah, for sure.
Charity says Bessie is typically a cow name, so hard worker. Well, she's definitely a
There
hard
you go.
worker. She's making the business go. And then Charity also says, I had a chicken named Bessie and I loved her. That's so cute.
Aww. I'll have to get like a little chicken sticker to put on Bessie too.
That would be so cute. And people love your story. I love that. Love Cars. And then someone else said that's so cute. It is a good story. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a big case of wax. And so they ship it to me, cases like this, 45, 50 pounds. And then there's just like a giant blue bag on the inside that's filled with these wax flakes. So try not to.
So delicate.
Yeah, so it's just white wax flakes. It's pure soy. I don't put any additives. I don't get like a soy paraffin blend. It's just 100% soy wax in flake form. So Bessie is all nice and clean. I'm just going to load her up now. And the way I do that is just a giant saucepan. And I just scoop up the wax, dump it in.
Do you put in the same amount every time you're going to do this, or do batches like differ?
So I try to, again, going back to it being summertime too, because we're in summertime and we're dealing with a lot of humidity, I will kind of take her to a higher level because I want her to melt everything down and kind of let it bleed out any moisture that's in the wax because of shipping and sitting and all that kind of stuff. So I, if I know I'm going to be pouring a whole bunch, then I'll load her up. No big deal. If I'm not going to be pouring that much, then I'll only load up with what I think I'll need with just a little bit of, residual for next time.
Yeah.
But again, though, because it's summer, even if I'm not going to be pouring that much, I'm still going to load her up because I need it to burn off all the moisture.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Judy Minton is here.
Hey, Judy. How are you feeling? I hope she's feeling better.
I hope so too. Judy, let us know how you're feeling. And David says, I have a feeling that someday soon you're going to find a reason to do a candle with googly eyes.
Yes.
Great
That
idea.
would be fun, actually.
Like on the label.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good idea. We should do that.
I love googly eyes too. Like during Halloween, sometimes we'll stick them on like our microwave. These just huge eyes.
Yep.
It's just so fun. Oh, my mom is here.
Hey, Grammy Di.
Yes, Grammy Di.
I hope she's feeling better too. I know she wasn't
She
feeling
is.
great.
She's doing really good. She's
good.
back to her routine.
Good.
I'm wondering, Nicole, can you tell us what you used to do before you had Bessie? Like, how would you melt all your wax?
Oh my gosh. Bessie
hard.
Bessie is a lifesaver because so here's the thing. When the wax in Bessie melts down and then it's time to actually get into the nitty-gritty of pouring, I don't add the fragrance to the wax that's in Bessie. Everything is very specifically weighed and measured and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I have these pouring pitchers. If it's a big batch, big pitcher, little batch, little pitcher. And so I just weigh out on a scale how much wax is coming out, add my oil, pour, and do the thing. Before I got Bessie, I had a pot of boiling water on the stove. And I would measure out the wax flakes and then submerge this. You could see a line faintly on these.
I can see it from here.
Yeah. Oh, the lighting is terrible. Yeah, you could kind of see the line.
You can totally see it.
So I would submerge them in like a water bath style.
Wow.
And have to wait for each one to melt down. Yeah, it was my biggest
the process
fear
was what, like triple what it is now as far as time?
Oh, it was brutal.
Wow.
It was brutal because it would be pot by pot. The kitchen would get hot from all this, because the water would be boiling for hours. And you have to be really careful that you don't have the water level too high because the water will splash into the wax when it's boiling.
You can't walk away.
Oh, exactly. It was so high maintenance, so scary. So I can't tell you how many batches I ruined because it was like the doorbell would ring.
Yeah.
And then I'd run and use the restroom and I'd come back and it's just like, what's going on? Like the wax would foam kind of like hot wax foams when you add water to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could try to skim it out and all that, but you really, it's gone, honestly.
Wow.
So it's crazy. Yeah, Bessie, she is my bestest friend.
So when did you finally treat yourself to get Bessie? Did you have to hit a certain goal as far as sales, or were you just like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm spending the money? So we got incredibly blessed in the second year that, because there was a significant, a roughly about a year where I was like, I do it on the side. This is my hobby, but once I really was like, okay, we're going to make this a business and we're going to do it the right way from this point forward. About 18 months into it, there was a subscription box catering to women who had just gotten engaged. Mm-hmm. And we found each other through a Facebook group for businesses wanting to connect and that kind of stuff. And so we signed a deal that over 5 months, they would do 5 different candles telling the bridal journey. Oh, so the first one, so in 1 month they got She Said Yes. The next month was Calm Before the Storm for all the planning. It was like a lavender scent. The next one was Let's Celebrate. The next one was the honeymoon, and then Happily Ever After. And so because
the great thing was their subscription base was growing.
Mhm.
So originally it was like, oh, we only need like 900 candles, which don't get me wrong, that was life changing
A
for
lot.
me. Yeah. And then the second month it was like, oh, we need about, 2,700. By the time we got to the fourth and fifth ones, they were in the very last, I sent them on two big pallets, over 5,000
I
candles.
remember you telling me about pallets. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We used to have big semis come and pick up pallets of candles back in the day. And so the revenue from that, I treated myself to Bessie. It was a huge investment, but it's paid off immensely.
So
Because
you made those orders with the, like, 1,600 candles on the
on the
stove?
stove. Yep.
Oh my God, Nicole.
Yeah. It was brutal.
That is intense. That is very intense. I can't even imagine how many hours, days sleep
Oh,
that
it
was.
was weeks solid. And I was still working full time in like corporate
Yeah.
America. So yeah, I would have my husband turn on the water like when I was leaving work, and after about 30-40 minute commute home, the water would be boiling and I would just hit the ground. Like my weekends were from crack of dawn till midnight plus, you know.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, it was bonkers. So Bessie is my absolute everything for this business. She's the best.
Well, there's no going back now.
No,
Now that you know how good it is to have her.
absolutely. I still have, they're way, way, way back there, but I have obviously I didn't want to throw away the pots that I would melt the water or boil the water in, because once you use them for this, like you can't just use them for your, like they're dedicated to
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah,
process
for sure.
now. So I have them on the top shelf, like all the way in the back corner for like just in case, but hopefully I never have to
Now
use
let's
them
not even
again.
go there. Let's not even
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
about
Exactly, exactly. I'm just gonna get some water to top off Bessie, and then I'll get her turned on, and then I'm gonna transition over to wicking all of the glass.
it. Awesome. I'm going to take a minute to tell our friends something. So
Yeah.
while you guys are here, what would be so appreciated is if you could make sure you subscribe to the channel and give the video a like, because it just really helps with getting the video pushed out and the channel out, and we so appreciate it.
Yes, please.
Also, Judy says she is feeling much better.
Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that.
Me too.
All right. So Bessie is turned on. I have the lid cracked open. Again, I want the moisture to go out, so I tend to crack the lid a lot in the summertime. And then it'll take about 2 to 2.5 hours for the cold room temperature water to then get up to the right temp and melt all the wax inside. So while it's doing that, I love that I'm able to multitask, because
Yes.
before I wasn't able to if I was doing it the old way.
You were married to the stove,
I
basically.
was. I was. It
Bree
was
is
so
here.
bad.
Hi,
Oh, hey,
Bree.
Bree.
Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys all for coming. Like I know we know
Yes.
it's a work day and it's during the week, but we were like, well, people will come if they can.
Honestly, it works out great. Like the real reason why it's at this time, again, we're in my home. My husband on Wednesdays goes and has lunch with all of his retired buddies. So I was like, it's perfect. I
Yeah,
don't have
you
to,
gotta push
he
yourself.
doesn't, yeah, I don't have to worry about bugging him while he's watching TV, blah, blah, blah. So
Maybe
yeah.
he wants to come be a part of the live. You never know.
That would be amazing. I'm actually going to go wash my hands because I have wax residue all over them and I don't want to mess with glass when I have
And when you
wax.
come back, Mary has a question for you.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's really fun to see who's here from what platform. Like you can see who's here for YouTube,
Oh,
Facebook, so that's really fun.
that's cool. Okay.
Okay, so Mary says, does the wax melting make your house more humid? Does it release moisture?
Not necessarily from the wax. No, the spigot for the water is not very large, so we don't get a ton of additional humidity in the house from it. But it definitely does, and this is one of the downfalls to doing it here the way we're doing it. So of course, I melt the wax, mix it, and then I pour it on the candles on the two tables. Well, what I found out was the AC vent would blow cold air down and it would make the outside of the wax cool off before the inside could. And
Oh.
the heat and the steam on the inside of the candle has to have somewhere to go. So it creates these giant air pockets within the candle, and you wouldn't know it by looking at it. You can't hold it up to a light and see if it's there. You only discover it through burning.
Oh,
But so it's like my least favorite time to do intense candle making is in the summertime because my AC vent is blocked off.
yeah.
You need it to be still. You need it to be somewhat warm. So it's about 75 in here. Oh yeah, I moved the thermometer, but yeah, no, and I have a thermometer with like humidity and all that, so I can adjust things as I need to. But yeah, Bessie doesn't add to it, but it does play a much bigger role in things than you would think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. It looks like your mom is here.
Oh, hey mom.
She says she can't comment, but she commented.
Oh, well that's. Oh, I wonder if she's watching on Facebook, maybe.
Yeah, she's on Facebook.
Okay, yeah. So she probably couldn't comment through YouTube, so she's on Facebook.
Oh, okay, right, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Sal is here.
Oh, hi Sal.
Hi, Sal.
I hope you're doing good. Just sending you all the love, man.
Yes, we love
All
Sal.
the love.
Okay, Mary says, "Oh my gosh, who would have thought air conditioning?" I know, I wouldn't have thought either.
I know. Like this is I could make candles all day every day in the wintertime and be 100% okay with it, but summertime is just brutal.
Let's just move to Alaska.
I know. That would be great.
We would love the weather. Me and Nicole like cold weather.
We do. We do. I am team snow all the time.
And John Minton is here.
Oh, hey John.
We got a good group. We got 12 people watching.
I know. You guys are the best. Fantastic.
If you guys have just joined, Nicole is going to start wicking soon. She just kind of told us about Bessie and the history there. So you can always watch the replay if you came late too.
So we have glass here that is, I'm going to be, obviously once the wax melts down, I'm going to be pouring candles, but I need to prep the glass to be poured into. So the first thing is I have an electric griddle that's just on a low setting, warm. And I want the glass itself to get warm. And I'm doing this for a couple different reasons. Number one, I'm gonna wipe them out with alcohol really good so that the wax, when it pours into the glass, has good solid adhesion to the glass and it doesn't separate away. Clear glass, I always run through the dishwasher because you could see spots and the spots will affect. There's also with the clear glass, for whatever reason, there's a lot more manufacturing oils and residues on the glass. Like when I pull it out of the box, it's super foggy. Whereas because this glass goes through a paint process, the paint process removes a lot of the manufacturing residues.
Okay.
Whereas the clear glass doesn't. So the clear glass goes through the dishwasher first. Colored glass doesn't, but I do wipe it down really good with rubbing alcohol. And I do have it on a low heat because after I've wiped it out with rubbing alcohol, then the next step is to adhere the wick to the bottom of the glass, and the glue dots that I use for that are removable for the consumer at the end of the day, they're heat activated. And so I want to get the glue, I want the glass to be nice and warm. I want the base of the wick to be nice and warm so that when I use the adhesive, it then has a nice hot surface to adhere to. And then I always want it to cool to room temperature before I pour in it so that the glue has a chance to really like settle into the glass, bite down, if you will. So yeah, that's the process there. What did I do with my alcohol? Oh, I put it away.
I'm going to read some comments.
Yeah.
Judy says, we were late coming. We had the dog at her appointment. Elsa's having surgery next week. Oh, no.
Oh, keep us updated on that, Judy. We want to send you good vibes.
I'm sending you all the good vibes. That is stressful and hard. I hope it goes smoothly and she's going to be just fine.
Yeah. I love that name too, Elsa.
It's cute.
Perfect.
Charity says, I'm in Wisconsin. I love summer. It's frozen here more than half the year. So clearly I need to move to
We
Wisconsin.
need to go to Wisconsin. Okay,
Yeah.
then.
I want to
Done.
be where it's frozen all year.
I
want
do too.
Elsa, basically.
Yep. Take me to Arendelle. Yep.
Exactly.
I'll be the Arendelle candle maker.
Judy says it's cataract surgery.
Oh, interesting.
I think that's how you say that, cataract, right? Am I saying that right? I hope so. Don't make fun of me if I'm not.
I didn't know they could. I mean, that makes sense. They do it on us. Why wouldn't they do it on a dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Vets are amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're sending you guys all the good vibes, Judy. Keep us
Yes.
updated on how it goes.
Absolutely.
How many candles are you going to wick with us today?
So this is kind of a little bit of a spoiler for people. I don't know if anyone is on who got the Tour of Disneyland box.
I don't think
so. Yeah. So far the names you've called out haven't rung a bell. So that's good. This isn't going to be a spoiler for them, but I'm doing quite a bit because those boxes have a lot of very special, significant glass just for them.
Yep.
So this is a little bit of a spoiler. So first I'm doing, I don't know if you could see this brown amber glass that I'm doing.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love that color.
So this is going to be for Frontierland. The Frontierland candle is going to be in this vessel. And then Tomorrowland's candle. In fact, here, let me get Mike's flashlight and I'll show you guys. So this is the Tomorrowland candle.
Ooh, that's stunning.
It's like a smoky gray gunmetal, but then when the wick, when the candle burns, and so it looks like stars for Space Mountain, right?
It really does.
Tomorrowland.
That's a vessel you guys will want to clean out and keep.
Yeah. So I'm wicking these for the Tomorrowland candle. And then over here for Toontown, they're getting a red 3-wick.
That's really pretty.
That is there's going to be a cute little story associated with this one. So I've got these to wick. And then for it used to be called Critter Country, but now it's Bayou. Bayou something, dang it. And so I have a really pretty sage green ceramic that we're using for the Bayou candle. Yeah. So I've got to wick all of these. And then I think you guys can see them on the other table is our Main Street, the mugs for the Main Street candles too. So yeah, I got a lot to do.
For anyone that doesn't know what Nicole is talking about, we have this very exclusive, super limited, there's only 9 boxes being created for, it's a Tour of Disneyland, like grand experience box. And you basically get to tour all the different lands of Disneyland, and it's to celebrate your 70th birthday. So it's going to be a really, really special box. And I think there's 2 left.
I think 2. There's only 2 left. Yeah.
There are 2 boxes left. So if anyone wants one, head over to the website and snag it up. Oh, Charity is asking, is that a subscription box? I'm new. I have a cart ready, but I've been slacker ordering. I do that. It's like a dream. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I can't afford all these things.
Right. I do the same thing. I get it 100%.
Yeah.
Megan, I'll let you share with them the difference between them.
Okay, so the box she's currently talking about, it's the Tour of Disneyland Grand Experience box. That is not a subscription box. It's just a limited edition box that we're doing. It's the biggest. This is the biggest box, correct? That Circa's ever done?
It is. It's literally $300 worth of candles. You're getting like 11 candles. It's insane.
It's highly personalized, different sizes, different vessels, amazing scents. It's a very special box. That is not a subscription. You can just go buy that like on its own. And I believe there's only 2 left. There were 9 total, and I believe 7 have sold. We can't talk about the subscription boxes. Should I talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we do have a subscription box that comes every other month. And the one that is coming out in July is called Celebrate the Magic. and it's celebrating Disneyland and Circa. It'll be Circa's 9th birthday, and then obviously Disneyland's 70th, and it's just a celebratory box. And the theme changes every other month. So before the July box, we had a Moana Stitch mashup for May, and that was the first time Circa had done like a mashup theme, which was really, really fun.
Do you guys want to see the glass for this one? Should I show them
Yes,
the glass?
I'm here for all the spoilers.
So this month's box is Celebrate the Magic, and the vessel is this like bubblegum pink, but it has like a metallic. It's so hard to see, like especially through video, but it's like a metallic, this like metallic sheen to it, and we're gonna do something really cool with the outside. I'm so excited. I'm geeking out on these so much.
It's going to be a really fun, colorful box.
Yes.
It's a great one to try if you are new to our boxes, I think.
Honestly, it is, because we're celebrating a lot. So we're kind of pulling out all the stops in a way.
David says, you find some of the coolest vessels for your candles. It's been fun seeing them in the subscription boxes. That's so good.
That's good to know. That was, I've been putting together a future survey regarding like the experience, just to make sure we're meeting people's expectations, and just kind of giving people then an opportunity to give us some good detailed feedback. And that was one of the questions I have prepped to put in the survey is, how are you feeling about all the different colors and vessels? And I know some people really struggle with like, okay, I'm done burning the candle, but I don't want to throw this away, but I don't know what to do with it either, because these are like really substantial, nice pieces of glass. So that's going to be one of our workshop Wednesdays. We're going to share with you all the different ways you can use them and how to clean them out and all that good stuff too. So we're really going to kind of go full circle on, you have it, you're done with the scent side of it. What else do you do with it? Because I mean, these are hard. I have a hard time throwing them away too. And I'm testing glass all the time.
Yeah. They're really easy to clean out too. It's not intimidating. It's not overwhelming. So we'll definitely show you guys. Charity is asking, so the next box is when? So regarding the subscription box, that is going to ship in mid-July. You can't pre-order them now. Just type in Circa Experience Box. It'll pop up on the website. And then the Tour of Disneyland Grand Experience Box is just a one-time deal. It's not a subscription, and you can order that one now.
Yeah.
Judy says the products are amazing.
Oh, you're amazing, Judy.
Thank you, Judy. I wanted to show Sal's comment because he was commiserating with us about the weather.
Oh.
I want to live in Oregon. That's my type of weather. Tomorrow, we're supposed to reach 114. Oh, my God.
No. Already?
I can't complain. Texas is hot, but we don't really get to 114. Oregon is beautiful. I'm from Seattle. I was born and raised there, so I love the Pacific Northwest. And if you love rain, I highly recommend. And I do. I'm not saying that sarcastically. I love the rain. No problem, Charity. You're welcome.
All right. So I have wiped down the bottom of all of the wicks with some rubbing alcohol to get the manufacturing residue off. And then I have my wick stickers here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the bottom of the wick on the griddle itself. It literally just takes a second for it to warm up and have that heat transfer come through. And then once the wick is warmed up, then I just stick it on the sticker, smash it down real good, and then move on to the next one. So that's what I'm doing right now.
How long do you let them kind of adhere before you decide to pour in them? Does it take a certain amount of time?
So I like to do this right when I turn on Bessie, because after I wick these, I'm going to set them. So I use a stainless steel work table that's pretty room temperature, a little on the cooler side. So I do put a towel down to kind of slow down how fast it goes from hot to cold. But usually it takes maybe 30, 40 minutes for these to get completely cooled down.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, so I try to time it so I'm doing all the prep work while Bessie's doing that, so that by the time I've got them all ready to go and stage out what I'm pouring, I can literally just start. I'm not like stuck waiting, you know. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Judy says she's like a mastermind in her lab. Absolutely, Judy. Absolutely. Sal says, I love the rain too. So beautiful. Yeah, it's so calm.
Yeah,
It's so like therapeutic.
rain is the best. Right behind snow. Snow's the best. Rain is second best.
I love the snow too. We rarely get it. You get much more than we do.
Yeah, I don't know. Things have changed around here. It's been different.
Yeah, the weather is like I think about when I first moved to Austin and how I feel like the weather is drastically different than when I first moved here 9 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because like since my mom moved here, there's been a lot of conversations of like what's normal. And I'm
Mhm.
like, the scary thing and sad thing is like there's no like what I've
There's
told you to
no-
expect has not been the case. So
Yeah, it's
I don't
crazy.
even know anymore.
I think it's changing for a lot of different parts of the country though too. Like I hear other people say it in other states that they live in that the weather is just different than what they're used to.
Yep, exactly.
John says you're a mad scientist.
Aw,
If you guys have any questions for Nicole, you can
yeah, feel
totally ask
free.
in the comments and I will put them up and read them to her.
I'll just hold it. So here's I'm peeling off the little sticker parts and then just sticking on the wicks. So that's what I'm doing. It's kind of hard to tell from back there.
You use the same like kind of wicks or are there different wicks for different sizes?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. So diameter, every different diameter candle uses a different size wick. So the way the wicks work is the thickness of the wick will determine how far out it melts the wax.
Okay.
So, and it gets a little tricky because you have to factor in how tall the vessels are too.
Hmm.
Um, so I use a very thin, small wick for like the sample tins and the
Right.
3 wicks because
Okay.
there's multiple wicks here.
That makes
I don't
sense.
want them to be really big and heavy duty because when the wax gets to like the midpoint down, the exterior of the glass is going to get super hot and we don't want that. You want it to be warm, borderline hot, but not like
Crazy hot.
if you can't hold your hand up against the side of the candle for a moment,
Hmm.
the glass is way too hot. And so
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's another thing about like, you know, letting it burn for 4 hours and all that kind of stuff. You just don't want it to burn for hours upon hours and stress the glass with excessive heat. Looking at you, Megan. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Whoops.
So yeah, we use different size wicks based on the diameter of the vessel.
Since we're talking about wicks, this is just a question I actually have. I know that in the like you put the instructions about the candle burning and when to stop burning. Now I am the first person to admit I will burn till the wick won't burn anymore because I want to use all the product.
Yeah.
But when should you technically be like, okay, I need to retire this 3 wick? It's been too long.
I'm so glad you brought that up. So, and the funny thing is, I will for our inner sanctuary friends, I will post a picture. But I've seen numerous times in the various candle groups that I'm in, candle makers will be like, my customer sent me a picture, the glass exploded. And so what happens is you need to extinguish it when there's a thin, I would say no less than a quarter inch. The true rule of thumb is a half inch. Me, I'm like, oh, but that is a lot of product to just kind
Yeah,
of go to waste.
that's how I
Um,
feel.
so you could take it down to maybe like a quarter of an inch, but you have to have that layer of wax on the bottom because what happens is the heat from the wick, these metal wick tabs, they conduct heat. They get hot. Just because the wick is above it doesn't mean that these get hot. Even just holding it on a warm plate, like I typically honestly wear something on my fingers because I'll burn my fingers if I'm doing like a whole bunch of these at once kind of thing. Um, so when you're burning a candle, the wax acts as like insulation, if you will,
Mhm.
between the wick and the metal tab and all that kind of stuff. But when that goes away, you now have the metal tab that's as hot as the wick. And
I mean, that makes sense.
it's like on bare glass. So in the manufacturing, packing, shipping, all of that process, you do get microscopic little scuffs and nicks and air bubbles and all kinds of things happen to the glass. And granted, they do anneal them and protect them for the heat stresses and all that kind of stuff, but you just never know. So as a consumer, you want to extinguish it when you still have a little bit of a layer of wax there. Otherwise,
So right now I'm burning halfway to Halloween right now, and I'm looking at it, and it's all, I'm at the end, so all of the wax is solidified. Does that mean it needs to be blown out? Don't say I'm not doing it.
I know you're not. That's why I'm not saying, I'm like, I'm going to tell her, but she's just going to do it anyway.
Okay, so for all the people that want to follow the rules,
Yep.
you basically always want to see a what's the word I'm looking for? You want that layer of wax underneath. You don't want to see it all solidified.
Melted, you mean? Yeah.
Melted, yeah. Solidified. Why am I saying solidified? I don't know.
Let me see. I might have. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is a really dirty, really old. Wow, that label is giving me some.
Yeah, that's how mine look when I'm done. Basically.
Yeah. So if you can see the whole wick tab and everything, this is bad.
Okay.
This is really bad.
That's what I do. So I know. Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's bad.
At least I'm using all the products.
There you go. There you go.
Don't be like Meghan. Follow the rules.
Yeah.
Judy says, where do you buy your different scents from?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. And we have a ton of them. There are a number of companies that sell fragrance oils. You have to be careful though, because the fragrance or essential oils that you would use in skincare products, soap making, detergents, household stuff, they come in different concentrations, obviously, depending on what you're using them for.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also come in different, I'm trying to figure out how to untechnical sciencey this and make it more layman's. Basically, they come in different strengths, if you will. So you have to make sure that you're using ones that are specific to candle making and that they can withstand, again, binding to the wax. Sometimes fragrance oils will be advertised as working for candles, but you'll know that there's something wrong because when you add the oil to the wax, it immediately separates.
Oh, okay.
Which is like a huge, like, that's obviously a soap making fragrance oil because it has water and the water is separating. So I only use tried and true, reputable companies that cater to the candle making side of things. I do not get anything from Amazon. Can't trust it. Don't even. I spend the big bucks from the big people doing the right way because I, as a business owner, can't, in good faith, send you guys anything that I don't fully believe in. You know, and I do make a ton of extras and I'm constantly burning to make sure that what I'm making, even though I've been doing it, I could probably just from muscle memory do it with my eyes closed. Doesn't mean that everything's going to behave the way it has over the last 9 years. There's flaws in manufacturing. There's different. So I'm constantly like taking things from different batches and testing them to make sure that what you get is the quality that it should be. And I don't mean to like knock anybody else's process or anything. It's just the fragrance oils themselves are the most expensive component of candle making.
Yeah.
For example, this 16-ounce bottle of fragrance oil, just take a guess as to how much it cost me.
Which one is that? I'm just curious. What's the name of it?
I have a relationship with this one. The Scent of Space.
Oh, we need a space candle.
No, we don't, because it doesn't smell like space. It's gross. Okay. This, like, yeah. If you've seen Inside Out, you know the anger guy. Like, I'm really holding that back right now. This triggers me in like so many bad ways. This one bottle was $80.
That's bonkers.
80. Yeah. And then we have others, like this one. This one is like $20.
Yeah, they do vary quite a
They
bit.
really do. Yeah. So I make sure that we stick with the best quality possible.
We have a list of trusted vendors that are awesome that we use.
And what I like about our relationship with them is that we've been using them and we've been joined at the hip for so long now that like we're on different like advisory boards, we get sneak peeks, we test things for them sometimes, we have like quarterly phone calls and discuss, trends and what we're seeing as business owners, and it's a really great partnership with some of them for sure. That
Yeah.
I that it goes a long way to help us as well.
So I just want to interject really quick. So I'm just letting Nicole know this, but we have about 10 minutes left.
Oh my gosh.
I know
Going
it's
by
flying
fast.
because it's so fun. So this is a
Yeah.
good time too if you guys have any questions or even if you want to share like any of your experiences with our product for the new people that are here, that would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Because the best feedback is from people that are actually using the candles or the melts or the sprays or the fragrance oils. So feel free to share, and I will put your comment on the screen. Also,
Yeah.
like Sal is like me and burns to the end because he's like, oops, LOL. So that's
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If you're at home and you're always going to be within sight of it in that kind of situation, you do you. But Sal, I know you burn these at work too. And I'm just saying, like, there's a really big liability that comes with that too. So,
yeah.
but if you're like I said, if you're like sitting at your desk and you can babysit it the whole time, that's probably the I can hear my insurance agent, my business
Well,
insurance
hopefully he's
agent
not watching.
in my head, like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Like, don't tell them they can.
Well, it does say it in the instructions when to put it out.
It does. Yeah, it's on the label on the bottom.
Coming to sue us, you guys.
Yeah, it's on the card too. Yep.
Mary says, "Oh man, only 10 minutes. LOL. You should just live stream the process. I'll just watch." I mean, for real, let's just live stream Nicole's house for 24 hours.
Oh gosh, no, let's not do that. Oh my gosh. So real quick, just to loop you in. So what I'm doing is I'm peeling the wicks off the stickers and I'm placing them in the center of the glass. And then what I found works best is a metal tumbler straw, like, drinking tumblers. A metal straw works great. And I just thread the wick through the middle and then I press down really good.
Oh, wow.
And then I also take it out and then I press all around the edges of the wick to make sure that it is adhered all the way through and through. And then I'm just setting it again. I put the towel down to just kind of let it cool slower to adhere better to the glass. And then once these are wicked, then I'll place new candles on the griddle and just recycle through. And then the mugs and the green ceramic ones, they're going to sit on the griddle for a lot longer because it takes longer for them to really heat up, whereas the glass takes no time at all.
Judy says, "True high quality candles. Trust this product. You won't regret your purchase."
Aw,
Thank
thanks,
you,
Judy.
Judy.
You guys are the best.
Yeah, the best customers ever.
We lost my grandma last year, so she was like my last grandparent. So I've told Judy, like, I'm adopting you as like my second mom. She's just the best. She's like, if anybody needs like a loving female presence, that's Judy's the one.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah,
so
she's the best.
Sal says at work I don't leave the candles. Like, I think he's saying he doesn't leave.
Oh, good.
They stay by him the whole time.
Okay, good.
And Mary says you're also MacGyver. LOL.
MacGyver.
Well, she's finding all these cool workarounds. Amy's here.
Oh, hey, Amy.
I forgot that Central Time is only an hour behind Eastern. I had you in my calendar for 2 p.m. That's okay, girl.
Oh.
No worries. We're glad you're here.
Yeah. Well, and this is just going to live on
Yeah,
wherever it is, so you can
you guys can watch a replay.
Yeah.
Also, another friendly reminder if you've just joined to please subscribe and like the video. It totally helps the channel and just get us out there. Judy says, yes, we love you guys. We love you too. And this is another comment from John. Also, John, when I asked your question earlier, I think I called you Judy. I apologize. It was John's question. The Disney candles keep us connected with Disney, and it is always so fun to pick a candle each day. Love it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I like
new ones.
Yeah, the world is a really scary place, and Disney, there's no denying it's like everybody's happy place. So if we can extend that until you can actually get there, that's what I'm here for. That's what this is about, is just trying to have that little pocket of happiness and peace and magic in your home in the midst of all the craziness.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, we're at our 5-minute mark.
Oh my gosh. Is there any like closing stuff we need to talk about? I don't honestly remember.
I'm gonna look through my little list of notes here. Oh, what are the wicks made of? We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So they are, let me see if I do. I'll show you guys. I have some wick that is not coated. And I'm gonna grab a toothpick, and I'm gonna kind of fray it so that you can see. Oh my gosh. Come on. I just need one. Thank you. Just try to fray this for you guys. Yeah. So wicks, in the old days, they used to be made out of, they used to have a piece of metal in the middle that would stay hot. And then you would have cotton fibers around it. But as time goes on, we've learned that having hot metal on fire basically isn't the best for what you want to be inhaling and breathing and that kind of stuff. So what they've done is, so this is close up of the candle wick. Is that what you guys do? Yeah. Yep. So that's a close up of the candle wick, and it's basically a whole bunch of, oh, this is weird. Okay. A whole bunch of cotton braided, it's like every one strand you see is really like a braid of 3 strands. Okay. And then what they have is, and it's going to be really hard to see, but they have, if you look really close, oh gosh, really closely, you'll see little brown specks in the wick. Mm-hmm. Those are actually wrapped paper, and it's a specific type of paper. So this is what they call a paper core cotton braided wick. And so the paper cores help the wick kind of trim itself as it's going, keeps it from curling really bad. The paper core kind of adds a little bit of stability to it, but it's truly just cotton fibers that have been braided together, and those braids have been braided together, and those braids have been braided together. And so it gives you a better, cleaner burning experience, if you will.
It seems like a lot of work goes into making those. I never really thought about that.
Yeah. And like if you have a candle with paraffin wax, you need the metal core because it needs to burn hotter to melt the wax. Soy has a lower melting point. So the metal, number one, you don't want to be inhaling burning metal, stuff. But then also you don't need a really hot wick because soy has a much lower melting point.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to read Sal's comment.
Okay.
Circulux candles are by far the best candles. It's always a joy to receive a delivery from Circulux. You will never be disappointed. If you don't know what to order, Nicole and Meghan will always know what to recommend.
Aww.
Sweet, Sal.
That's the best. Thank you, Sal.
Also, if you guys are new, we're basically all family here.
We are. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That's what, I mean, it's one thing to like make something and have people buy it, but far beyond any of that is like the extended family that we've created through this is like hands down the best part ever. the best part. Like we've been able to meet so many amazing. The world is beautiful in our little circle,
Yes.
and I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, it's awesome. And if you want, you can come join the Inner Sanctuary group on Facebook. It's totally
Oh,
free to
yeah.
join. And that's where we all we talk about, obviously we talk about the products, but we also just talk about life. People share their Disney trips, and Bree shared that she got engaged. Like, it's definitely a very supportive, positive, friendly place to be. I've linked it in the description below, so you guys can come join. You do have to request to join, and we'll let you in. And again, it's free, and you just get to hang out with us and have fun.
Yeah, it's the best group ever.
So we are at our 1 hour. So should I just give anyone a last chance to ask a question or leave a comment before we say goodbye?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you guys, anything else you want to share or say? Also, let us know if you like this, because we've been thinking about doing this on certain Wednesdays and just hanging out, and Nicole sharing the process and all that good stuff. So if you're enjoying it, we would love to know.
Yeah, I'd really like to know that. And this is like obviously today, this is what you're getting to see. Maybe next time I'll be pouring. Maybe next time I'll be packing orders. Maybe next time it'll be more sciencey and we can do a scent together. Like there's
Yeah,
so much more that goes into it. I just feel like you guys don't really get to see that side of it. And I know it's kind of a weird time for people, but it's just we really just want to, like, open the doors, if you will, and let you guys see the process. So definitely let us know if you want us to keep doing these.
yeah, they're fun. Sal, I'm going to read some comments. People are sharing comments. Sal said, I want to thank Nicole and Meghan live for the beautiful memorial candle they made for my mom. Love you guys. Oh my
Oh,
God, don't make me cry.
I know.
So
Yeah.
sweet. He's so sweet.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer, honestly.
Yes.
A no-brainer to do that.
Your mom says she loves these. David says the Inner Sanctuary is so fun. It is so fun. Come join and hang with us. Charity says, thanks. It was fun. John says, enjoyed this very much. David says, this has been a fun escape from work today. Yes, if you were in the office, close your office door and just put us on.
That's great.
Zach says, thank you for going live and sharing the process. You all are awesome. We love you, Zach.
No problem. We appreciate you guys so much.
And
Thanks for
Sherry's
tuning in.
so kind. Okay, so it seems like people love it. So we'll have to do one of these again.
Okay, sounds good. That's a deal.
Okay, Nicole, did you want to say anything before I got one more comment and then we'll kind of close out? Mary says, I'd love to see more of these. It's fun. It's a fun way to power through work. Yes, and Mary works from home, so she can totally and not get in trouble.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. No, I honestly just want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us. We didn't know what to expect, but as always, you guys you take my expectations and just like kaboom. You guys are the absolute best. It's on absolute honor to serve each and every one of you, whether you've been here from the beginning, all 9 years, or just in the last couple months, or even just today. Like, it doesn't matter. We are here for you. We love you. We appreciate you. I know you have so many choices in the world of what we do, but the fact that you're choosing to be here with us, I get emotional, and I'm going to shut up now, but you get the point. Thank you all so much. It's just the best.
Yes, perfectly said. I'm going to go ahead and close it out, but Nicole said it perfectly. We love you guys, and we will see you next time. And again, the replay will be here. So if you missed it and you're just joining, you can totally watch it. It'll live on the Circa channel forever. All right, bye guys.
Bye guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Have a good day.